don't know very much officially. Plane tracking websites, yes, that's a thing. They spotted yesterday that an Israeli plane, and it turns out to be a plane that Israel's Prime Minister has used before, left yesterday evening, landed in Neom in Saudi Arabia, and then returned at midnight. So 5 hours all in all that trip took. What we have heard unofficially from Israeli sources is that Israel's Prime Minister and the chief of its Mossad were both on that plane. They met there with Mike Pompeo, the US Secretary of State, who was there. That meeting was on his schedule, and the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
Now, Iris, if this is all confirmed, and it does seem like this meeting could have happened, why would there have been so much secrecy around it, and what would they have been talking about?
The secrecy is interesting because there have been previous meetings. They're always secret. And this one is a semi-confirmed meeting. We have heard from an aide to Prime Minister Netanyahu. He said, while our opposition are wasting time, we're making peace. And that's been taken as a confirmation of sorts. It's interesting, it was secret also from everyone else in the government. And I think that explains partly why it's secret here. I think Netanyahu doesn't want his rivals in the government, the defence minister, the foreign minister, to get any of this coverage or any of this credit ahead of the elections that are going to be called soon. And I think on the menu, if you like, is Iran. Iran is emerging as one of the biggest pieces that joins this new coalition. These new normalisation deals with Israel and the Arab world are really an anti-Iranian axis. And I think that's what they're discussing in the dying days of this administration in Washington, and that's what they're discussing ahead of the new administration of Joe Biden, who's not as hardline about Iran as perhaps Mohammed bin Salman and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Iris, thank you for that. Iris Mackler, they're reporting from Jerusalem.